We're here at the, what is this?
Seawall season ticket holder fan event. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here. It's raining, but we're no fair weather fans, are we?
No, and we're having to yell because the music is ridiculously loud, and we're battling with the DJ on it. But what do you do?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, it's gonna be a great time no matter what out here, though. I mean, even loud music, raining or not, it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the camera and kind of pan over here to the right where the boys are. We got some players. So
yeah, show the players off over there. They're all over there. There you go.
The boys right there, just hanging out.
They're all here.
So that's what we're up to.
Yeah.
We're going to do some interviews just randomly. We're going to do it with fans. We're going to do it with players and see what kind of material we can create. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
And it's liquid sunshine, so you can see behind us, it's typical Seattle, weather.
I like to call it Seattle sunshine.
Yeah, liquid sunshine.
Liquid sunshine.
There you go. Yeah. Woohoo!
It's going to be a great time.
Awesome. All right, we'll be back. So how did you, you were just telling me before we turned on the camera, about meeting Eric for the first time.
Yeah.
And so what happened?
So we were here, our grandson plays rugby. That's how we got into rugby in the first place.
I think I know that guy.
Yeah, yes. Shout out to my buddy Sadrian. So we were here for a rugby tournament. He was playing for Rainier Rugby at the time. And the Seawolves had just won the second shield. And so
2019.
2019. So in walks Eric, and my wife saw him and didn't even say hello, I don't think. I don't remember everything. All I remember is she just ran up, grabbed him by the arm, and kissed his bicep. So we've been friends with Eric ever since. So.
Eric is such a nice guy.
He is a great guy.
Sometimes you almost you want to see him pissed off just so you know that he's not always nice.
I don't know that I'd ever want to see that guy piss off.
As long as he's not mad at me,
they call him the Beast for a reason,
Yeah. I remember some guys, Tim Metcher actually would point out that he would do push-ups, getting ready to get on the plane. The guy's just, he's just an athlete, man. He just does it.
So a couple of home games ago, we sit right down here.
Yeah.
And a couple of home games ago, he was sitting just a few seats down from us, and after every try, he and some guy he was sitting with would do 5 push-ups after every try, and there were a few tries that game too. So crazy, he stayed in shape.
Knocking him out.
Yeah, it was funny because when he came, it's been a month or two. He officially retired.
Right.
So that's you know what happens. It's got to happen, but yeah, it's one of those where that's the first guy player you actually connected with, and then knowing that he's retiring, that's kind of hard. And it's not like Suniula, we watched him retire.
That is it.
Tim Metzger, he retired, but it's still the first guy. Yeah.
It is. It's kind of like your first man crush in a sense, right? Mine was Ray Barkwell, the first hooker, the redheaded.
Oh, okay,
He was redheaded even though he's bald, right?
Yeah.
And he was round, and I'm like, dude, yes, he's in shape. Round is a shape.
Yes.
And I'm I got the biggest man crush on this dude all of a sudden, Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally get it. And then I met Tim Metcher later on, and then that became a total bromance, and lucky to meet the guy,
he's a great guy too.
Yeah, and he's so grounded. He'd have to put me in check sometimes. It's kind of funny. He's a younger one, but it's whoa, bro.
Yeah, fun stuff.
But what a cool guy. And I see. Do you keep up with Eric? Because I keep up with Tim.
I do.
Tim's a firefighter now.
Yeah. Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
In Australia?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, how perfect for that personality is that? You come in, you got a job, you got a team.
Right.
You to rely on each other.
Yep.
And that is so his professional level.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I keep up with Eric. He's got his charity work that he does, on the streets of Seattle, helping the homeless. I haven't gone out and done anything with him, but I keep, I follow it and keep up with it. And I don't know that it's just a rugby thing because, obviously there's plenty of charities out there, but I think that's more the heart of Eric. That's more Eric's, that's what he's all about.
Soul.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah.
Well, thanks for letting me interview.
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I only came up to tell you that story about Korean, and I am not repeating
Your wife
that.
having a dream about
I'm not don't put that on the air.
Tries. Ladies, come for the thighs, stay for the tries. Come for the chiseled men, but you'll stick around for the action of the game.
Korean, I did not say that.
He's secure in his manhood is what he's trying to say passively. Love it.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, we got the best of the best in Seattle area rugby. We have Shadow.
Too kind. Thank you for having me. Appreciate being here.
Of course. What do you think about the atmosphere today? Everybody out here, all that good stuff.
This is a fantastic event. This is good for the local area, showcasing the big boys, the Seattle Seawolves, and getting the community to participate in an event just like this here, and looking forward to the rest of the season and what that brings.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, what's been good in the rugby world for you?
There's nothing that's not been good. The ability to be around like-minded people and people who love the sport. So it's been so fantastic, especially how it's grown here. I'm biased because here in the Pacific Northwest, so it's been great with the Seawolves doing it. Yeah, loving every bit of it.
Why don't you tell the people a little bit about your background when it comes to like officiating and all that stuff, like being involved in clubs?
Of course, yeah. So I started playing when I was about 9 or 10 years old, South African born, and grew up in Zimbabwe. Then I went back to South Africa, played for Christian Brothers College, and then I moved to the U.S. about 2000, and I played in Chicago and Michigan for Grand Rapids, moved to Seattle, played for Seattle most of my rugby here in Seattle and in the Northwest, played for Old Puget Sound Beach, transitioned to coaching match officials and refereeing. I was on the circuit for a little bit, and then started coaching Valley Kangaroos about 8 years ago, and that's where I am now. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, short story long.
Yeah, well, that's the best way. I know it's super cool. This, like you're saying, seeing the community out here and everything, and then it's like I'm running into different subsections of the fan base and everything. Like it's just so cool to see that, and everything. What is though your favorite part of Seawolves games?
And my favorite part is 100% of the times just watching people walk in and know that this is happening here in our area, and just seeing the influx of people coming in. It brings me so much joy, because you rewind a few years ago where it was just guys running around the park. Now we get people here where the team has won a couple of championships, been in the final in another one, and knocking on the door again this year. So it's just good to see people starting to get it and saying, hey, I want to be a part of that. That makes it fills a bucket for me.
That's awesome. That's beautiful to hear too. Yeah, man, it's great to catch up with you. It's like having document this stuff, and getting you on in the camera, because like you're a legend, man. You're a legend in my eyes. So
I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I like being a part of the community here. There's so many others who have gone before me and are still around that do so much. I just want to be a tiny speck in that scenario as well.
Well, anything else to add for me?
Go Seawolves.
Go Seawolves. Thanks, Shadow, man. Appreciate it.
All right, we're here live interviewing Mr. Devin Short. We've got people talking behind us, but as long as we yell on these mics, they'll hear us just fine. So,
Yes, sir.
So bro, how are you enjoying Seattle?
I love it so far. I'm a big nature guy. I love the trees, love the mountains, love the water. So being able to be around and be in that environment at all times, being able to walk on my apartment and see the trees just kind of fulfills me and makes me feel good. Yeah, it's been good so far.
We were kind of texting about that. So we actually been friends on social media for years, but then we started bullshitting at the last game, shared some personal bullshit that we've both been dealing with.
Yep.
We both got. Have you told anybody?
Yeah. So the reason I haven't played much this year is because I've developed autoimmune disease. So it just kind of hit me hard in December. So just just trying to get my body right. You can't play rugby without a good body.
Seriously.
So got to make sure
got to respond correctly.
No, exactly. So if your body's fighting itself, you're already getting beat up on the field. So you kind of got to make sure you're good before you get back out there.
Right.
So took some time off, but I got healthy again. Started really activating my body, and now I'm back ready to take on the rest of the season.
No, I love it. I love it because going through this little bit of hell, I can see where as an athlete you're really you're in touch with your body so much more than the average human.
Yeah.
And then to have something sneak up on you and start crippling you from the inside.
Yeah.
What a mind check that is in general.
Oh, it is. And definitely it tests your adversity. And how what you're willing to do to stay disciplined and activate your body to be the best that it can be.
Right.
So
how you really test your mental strength a lot, huh?
Absolutely.
All this. Yeah.
It's scary because it's I've played rugby for 7 years since I was 19, and then this takes me out of the game, and all I've ever really known is rugby. So now
right.
it kind of
your
checks
professional life has all been rugby.
Exactly. So I'm
Wow,
25
I didn't think
now,
about that.
and kind of had to sit with myself and be like, all right, so what's next? If this does take me out, what do I got to do to be good? So,
right. Am I going to learn a trade? What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, whatever it may be.
Exactly.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Well, so you've been around the horn, San Diego. I'll tell because we talked and then I educated myself on this guy. All right. So San Diego started at 19 years old.
Yep.
Probably the youngest player in the MLR at that time, in all sincerity, until just recently Seth Smith.
Yeah.
Came in at 18 years old for Houston.
Yeah. He's been absolutely killing it. He's
isn't he?
Yeah,
and he's so disciplined.
He's very disciplined, very strong. He's a strong ball carrier, great in the scrums.
Did you get to shoot the gift with him when he's here with the U20s?
No, I know a lot of the other boys.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Because they didn't stick around. So if we, they didn't make it to the third half.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. Cool guy. I met him. I met his mom and him down in Houston the week before, and I was like, wait a minute, you're coming to town? So it's a small world, man.
Rugby world. That's the best thing about it is it's so small and intimate that whether you're a player, whether you're a fan, everyone just kind of coordinates, and we're all rugby fans because we just love the sport. We just love the sport.
In the community.
That's what makes it amazing.
The fact that we can shoot the gift and just no egos. That's definitely something that I love and appreciate.
That's what made me fall in love with it. That's why I made the transition from football to rugby. I had a college scholarship playing D2 football, but I chose rugby just because I love the camaraderie.
And
the
who do you have
culture.
the D2 with?
Adams State University.
What state is that?
Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, rowdy. Okay. And you're from Vegas.
Yeah, born and raised.
Got it. So that's not too far of a drive, I guess,
Yeah. It was 12
far
hours.
enough. Yeah, far enough for mom and dad kind of thing, let me live my life. No.
Thanks, Mom.
I'll
love
get
you.
Raz later, Mom. When nobody's watching. Yeah, right. It'll bend me over. Anyways, what do you like about so you had San Diego, you had New Orleans, and now you're in Seattle. Talk about 3 completely different areas.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten to see the spread of the states.
Yeah.
Each place has its own culture, its own kind of living style, but each have amazing people, and
Right.
the best thing about the rugby community is that they've all brought us in. In New Orleans, I had Sheila Falcon, Dan Falcon, they're amazing people. So
I giggle because we talked about you.
yeah.
Yeah. On social
That's
media,
Mama Sheila.
We're bragging about knowing Sheila. And Dan, I guess.
Yeah, so they were saying it earlier, where the community really brings everyone in and really takes in the players and everything like that, and I think that's something very special about the league, that it is so young. We're not too big to where we think that we're better, but I don't think rugby players would ever get to the points where we think that we're better than
I hope not.
the fans. You know what I mean?
Because I'm glad you brought it up because I sometimes think I'm being negative Ned too much about this topic, but we've watched Australia go down in rugby union in volume, and we've also watched part of UK, especially Wales, go down in popularity of rugby. And what they've been doing to bring back the culture is player-fan engagement.
Absolutely.
And it's as long as MLR does not get too big for their britches, and they keep themselves humble, as rugby culture tends to, encourage, I think we'll be okay.
Absolutely.
But the minute everybody's egos start growing too much, you got to cut them off at the knees.
Yeah, that's one thing that I like to kind of pride myself in, is that I love interacting with the fans. I love having normal conversations. I'll never think that I'm too big for anybody, because I'm just another person. At the end of the day, we're all human beings.
Well, yeah, and when you stop playing,
exactly.
all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I'm a common person.
Yeah.
What do I do now? Where you'll never have that problem because you're thinking ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love the interactions. I love being able to get into the community and like talk to everyone and just like be another person,
Yeah.
So.
No, and it's fun. It's cool. Like my perspective is, my best friend is my son, right? And I raised him and everything. So I know he's an asshole. I know he's a good man. All at the same time.
We all gotta have that balance, right?
Yeah, the balance, and you're the same exact age as him. So like when you and I are interacting, I'm like, it was comfortable for me because I'm so used to having this interaction with my dude.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I'm like, oh, and I didn't even think about how you were close to my age, just that you were relatable.
Yeah.
Really, at the end of the day, I didn't think about your age. I thought about how relatable you are. And then to learn of who I was actually interacting with, because you got me. I'm like, I'm normally quick, and you got me. And so I put all the things together. I was like, oh my God, he doesn't have the frosted tips. You haven't been late to practice lately or something.
Yeah, right. Hey. I'm thinking about bringing it back. We'll see what happens.
Well, wait till you got to be punished. You might as well. AJ always does. Every time it's like, oh, you got busted, huh? He's like, yeah, last week. I'm like, got it. Yeah.
So funny, yeah.
Everybody knows the tell if they know the tell, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Spin the wheel, man. Spin the wheel.
Too much. Well, is there anything that you'd like to share with people? Like, what's Devin Short here in Seattle? I mean, you got a contract for like 2 games, right?
Yeah, so I'm here for 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
see, I was under a terrible impression. Because I know you signed back in like August, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I signed back in August. I got traded from NOLA.
Okay.
And so I signed a 2+1. So I'm planning on staying here through this season, next season, and then
figure out what your best
we'll
shot
start with negotiations and all that.
Okay.
But so far I love Washington. I love
You don't
Seattle.
have to say that. I mean, if the weather could catch up to the rest of the nation, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Hey. Liquid sunshine's cool, but it's fucking.
It's cool
cheap.
for so long. Man.
And I dropped the F-bomb because this is a podcast. You say what you want.
We're allowed to say what we want around
Yeah,
here.
we can. Public freedom. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
But yeah, like I said, I love it here so far. I'm excited to finally hit the field. This is gonna be my debut coming up for Utah.
Oh, good.
Just excited to have the fans on my side this time.
Right.
They're always
At least
usually yelling at me. So
Yeah.
But it's gonna be fun having them on my side this time and cheering us on.
That'll be fun to witness too, because I've watched you practice and you're ready.
Yeah,
You're
man.
ready.
I want to hit the ground running, and I'm doing everything that I can to make sure I'm in the place to. So.
Yeah, well, and it's obvious, and I'm excited because like you get to grab a gear, and you're in the second half of the season. It's like it's the best time to shine, bro, because
Yeah.
everybody else is beat up and broken.
Yeah,
It's
exactly,
opportunity just knocking on your door. So so 2 years, man, that's awesome. And then one to either stick around or go shopping. You got to do what you got to do, obviously.
Absolutely. So.
Yeah, well, it's cool. It's going to be a good time, man. Get another season with you and hoot and holler and, show up at random games and just kind of, be that weird fan that just kind of lingers.
Those are always the fun ones. You need a couple. You need a couple of those per team.
At least. The
Shout
goal
out Crazy Stacy.
Oh, Montgomery.
Dupec.
Oh, another one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I love 'em.
okay.
I love them.
Who's she rooting for all the time?
Montgomery.
Oh,
But
okay.
we call her Miss Crazy Stacy.
Yeah.
She loves the cowbells.
Yeah.
She loves the cowbells. She got that from
man.
my mom.
Oh, did she?
My mom has had
Mom,
the
we're gonna have
cowbell.
words later. Stacy took it to another level. Oh my goodness! Like ringy dingy right next
Yeah,
to your ear.
my
and
mom's
you're
had
like,
that since I was a freshman in high school.
Okay.
So yeah, and then when I was in San Diego, she brought that tradition along, and it's been
That's
a thing ever
funny.
since. So
Oh man, we got stories when this thing is not on because oh my God, yes, Crazy Stacy.
what a
Love
woman.
it, dude. Yeah, we'll see her in a couple of weeks
We will.
down in San Diego.
Yep, down at Snapdragon.
Yeah, that'll be a blast, man, because last year, I don't know if you were paying attention last year, but last year with Seattle, we had so many injuries that we had to bring people from the club, Seattle Rugby Club.
Wow.
And I mean, San Diego just wiped our ass off the earth that game.
Yeah.
And then we played the next week for playoffs against San Diego up here. So
It's always been the rivalry, though.
Oh, it's a good one.
I was in San Diego when that rivalry started. You know, I
Yeah.
remember the
2019.
Yep, I remember the flooded game, first game of the season, 2019, when we were playing at USD.
He knows what it's like to be at a championship game. Let's make sure we point that out, all right? This guy ain't no rookie.
No, sir. But, man, I remember, Mikey Teo sliding into the wall, us, mauling and scrumming and, almost drowning on the field because there's no no drainage.
Oh, man, like how many games has it been like that? I remember, I want to say 2020, February, right before the pandemic shut down. It was buckets. Like every February we play down there, it's buckets.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was always, February, it was always raining down there. I don't know, man. I was like, we live in San Diego, right?
Right, it's supposed to be 70 and sunny all day.
Seattle was
What's
always
going
bringing
on?
their weather with them.
All right, we have Marni Jacobsen with us. This is, to me, when it comes to the fans, a top of the line interview. I mean, like, I'm so glad to get you in front of the camera finally. So, anyway, thought I'd just, open up questioning with how you got into rugby, how you got into the Seawalls, all that good stuff.
Oh man, rugby. I mean, come on. They tackled me and they held me down and they showed me what the ball. No, my husband played.
Yeah.
When he was overseas, he wasn't good enough to play soccer. To play the football.
The football.
He played the football, and they said, "Oh yeah, you go over there, and if anyone comes running towards you, you just tackle them, and then when they come by again, they won't. They will stay out of your way." So he made a lot of tries. So anyways, we start dating, and he's watching this game, and I don't know what's going on, and he yells, "Knock on! Knock on! Try!" I'm like, what is he talking about? And one day he calls me and he says, "Oh my God, we're getting a rugby league." And I said, he's like, "Can we get tickets?" I said, "You're a grown boy. You've got your own money."
Yeah, go on. And the rest was history, or is there more?
Yeah.
Come on, there's
No,
more.
No,
Come on.
we've been sitting, actually, seats right back here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are always standing right up where
Right.
we are right now.
Yeah.
So if you see where the pitch is from about where you are, it's,
Yeah,
almost between
we're
the
back
22 and the
row.
50.
We're like 13, 14, 15, and 16, I think, is
Yep.
our seat. So we're the back row.
Yeah.
And,
Why?
just-
You guys are the OGs, right? In my mind, I mean, like we all were 2018, but like I don't know, for some reason, like, you guys pop out to me as OGs, even though we're all in the same class and everything. But
we just,
always,
it was amazing. Like we got to the playoffs, we got down to San Diego the first year. We happened to go because we decided, hey, the first year, like if you got to go to the Super Bowl the first time, you got to take those chances and take those, oh yeah, we're going. And we happened to be in the game, and then we happened to win. And we were all looking around, and there's a little blue and green there, and a little blue and green there. And we all got down to the pitch, and we're like, yeah. And then we all dispersed. And we said, well, that's depressing. I want to hang out with these people, and these people are so cool. And so we started the Facebook group because we wanted to find people.
Dad, tell me about that. When did that start up? I mean, because to me, it's like it's always just been there, right? But like, what was like the big kicker behind that? Like, and was it from the get-go, or was it from because I don't really know that history, and I feel like I should.
All right.
So educate me.
We ran into Arlene, who is Kellen's mother, and Thor, and Bailey's mom, and stepdad at the bar after the game, and we were like, "Oh my God, you're in blue and green, and oh, we want to meet you, and these guys, and found out that their kid was in the game. We're like, you're a player. Oh my God, you're the coolest thing ever. And we decided to get together after because we didn't know people, and we had dinner, and we said, is there a Facebook group? We said, no, I don't find one. So we started one.
There you have it. And you guys influenced me to start that Instagram one, and then sure enough as the podcast. So you guys are influencers of it.
So look at you now. We like to stay back. We like to be kind of sit in the back.
Everybody has their own game. Yeah.
You do this and you do that help, and Yeah, we just.
But I would have to say you guys are influencers in that regard, and influenced me, and I appreciate that. So.
And look what you're doing. I mean, yeah, like we got some people to go, and we got these people to go, and.
Well, I like to say that this is all influenced by the fans. It's all influenced by the Seawolves and anybody that's been part of this family. I think that's the big thing. That's a big thing. So. Talk about that part of things, like the family, the community aspect of it, traveling together, making those bonds together.
Wonderful.
Tell me about that. Tell us about it.
You know, one of the first places we went, I think it was NOLA in 2019. We traveled a lot in 2019, and little did we know, thank God we traveled in 2019. But I think it was one of the first Rugby 100 trips, or the first. And there were 15... I don't know, or so fans, and we went to the game, and unfortunately we did not win, but we were loud, and every time that we did anything, the Seawolves scored or whatever, they would zoom in on us, like 15 people, and there was some, fun times going on, and we were in New Orleans, and so there was some craziness, and,
Oh, New Orleans. Oh, beautiful.
Libations,
Beautiful good times there.
Yeah,
All right.
good times, So anyways, that was fun. And we were on TV, and some people were sending me pictures. They took pictures of the TV, and we had beads and green and blue beads, and that we had got from the Rugby 100 Club. Oh, great. Okay, so we went to
Dressed for the occasion.
Yeah. We went to a bar after, the Rugby supporter bar, and they had specials for us. And I guess the team had asked, what are you guys doing after, to Graham and Dickie? And they said, we're going to this bar. And so we're sitting here along this, there was like a long wall and some tables. And we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, half the team walks in, and we're all like,
Yeah.
I know you.
Yeah. Well, like literally, like JP Smith was right there.
Right.
He's right. He's standing right behind the camera right
his
here.
first year,
Yeah. That might have been. Yeah.
Of course, Shalom Signola comes over and says
Yep.
hi to every single person and talks to you.
What a
and
great human being. Huh?
He, the ambassador, the rugby ambassador.
Absolutely.
He
Cheers
comes
to
over and cheers. He comes over and talks to each of us, and then, oh yeah, you should talk to, encouraging us to go and like interact with the players, because sometimes there's that, barrier, like they want to talk to you, but they don't want to, but you want to go up, but you don't want to go up to,
There's that boundary sort of thing. Yeah,
it was breaking the ice. That was really wonderful. And there were some, we were there for a while, and then they got restless, and other people were like, let's go down to Bourbon Street. And that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah.
Yeah. That's usually how it ends, really. I mean, let's go to Bourbon Street. Cool.
And then,
that's it.
Bedtime.
Yeah. So, the most iconic image of the 2019 MLR Championship. I'm so glad I finally have you on camera for this.
Yes.
And if there's a way we could cut that image in on this interview, but I remember you. So after the Mall to Glory, right? Balls dotted down.
Oh wait, well you can cut this. That's me in New Orleans.
Yes. Okay, New Orleans. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you that.
We'll try and get. If you send that to us, maybe we could try and get it into the interview or cut it away. There it is. Yes. Yes, and for the people who had never seen this picture,
I will show you.
We'll show.
Oh, the recreation.
Yes.
That was it.
That's it.
And the funny thing is, it says on the picture, my friend took a picture of this TV screen and sent it to me, and I was still in the stands, and I'm like, people were sending me pictures. It says Seawolves try, and my friends thought, oh, they tried.
No, tried. And you're like, ah!
I'm like, no, wait. Oh, never mind. I gotta explain this to you.
Right.
That
is fantastic. That just always jumps out at me, because like whenever I watch that replay, and we all watch that replay at least several times a year. If you're not, if you don't, then
you should.
You really should,
when
because
you're down,
textbook.
When it's midwinter and it's gray.
Do it. It gets you right up. And so I always see that. I'm like, Marni right there. Always with that. That's the most iconic image of the 2019.
I know. Second Shield, what can we say? Yep. We should have gotten more like news coverage, local coverage, but 100%. I am happy to say that how many years later we're finally getting mentioned, we're getting talked about, we're getting, noticed, and I think we were in the Seattle Times once or twice, even though they said, well, you're not really a Seattle team.
Can you believe that?
That's all I'll say. again,
Well,
I just have to.
like you said, it was just 5 years ago, 6 years ago. No, Macklemore was just sat right down there.
Yeah.
The last match.
That was
Look
interesting.
at the growth in that.
Yeah, and I thought it was really
Measurable
neat.
growth.
Like he.
All right.
I don't know. It was just fun. I thought he was walking around. I'm like, when's the last time he was able to just walk around a place?
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah. Well,
Anyways, it was lovely.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
Yeah.
you coming on, and absolutely. Cheers, Marty.
So tell everybody who you are and your dynamic with the Seattle Seawolves.
I am Kate Kruller. I've lived in Tequila for 32 years, and I got season tickets the first time out, and I'm in love with the Seawolves. I used to play rugby,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
and I have the knees
She's
to
at
prove
so
it.
many games. Oh my God. She loves to harass me, and I love her for it.
Matt, you're my bestie.
I love it. So, what hidden talent do you have?
I just love people.
Yeah,
So if I get,
that is a talent. Some people are not worthy.
I just when I get full of it, I just get down in front of the fans. You've done it too,
Yeah.
and kind of get them going. I like
Yeah.
to start the Wolves cheer
Yeah.
on the left side of the stadium. I'm just into it.
Yeah.
So that's my if there's a superpower, it's I automatically love everybody I meet.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Kind of a golden retriever trait,
It's I totally have the same problem,
Yeah.
or strength.
Yeah.
It is a superpower. It really is. Like for people to like you and to interact, you're right. It is because not everybody's likable. Let's be honest.
I mean, between the two of us, were you an introvert when you grew up?
No,
Oh, I was a
Oh.
little bit.
really.
I was shy. Yeah, we moved a lot. I was a military brat.
Oh, so you're
So-
like making friends and then reset, make friends, reset.
Over and over again.
Wow, you're good at that. Yeah.
And then I was born in the South.
Where in the South were you born?
Savannah.
Georgia.
That's where my dad got his wings. He was an Air Force pilot.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't that
Okay.
crazy? He ended up being a fighter pilot instructor.
Really?
Crazy stuff. But when we got up here, the kids were brutal, right? Because I had
Oh,
a
really?
Southern drawl.
Oh yeah, and we're like wanting to finish your sentence for you.
And this will surprise everyone, including you, that knows me.
Okay.
I didn't say a word for a year when I was a kid. So they called my parents in and said, something's wrong. She'll write on the board perfect grades with her homework, but will not answer essay. She'll nod, but yeah, I was just like, I'll just take away the object of their affections, and they couldn't tease me.
Oh,
So I ended up in speech pathology lessons. The rain falls mainly in the plains in Spain. It was horrible. And I am now the fast-talking, mumbling person you know today.
no draw. That accent. I'll
The
say
drawl
that.
is gone.
Yeah.
If I sit next to somebody who's from Georgia, though, and I was in Atlanta about a year ago,
Oh.
it's
Does it
instant.
Start growing back.
Yeah, someone sitting right there, like transforms immediately.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, if they're born in the South, they have the drawl. Yeah, it's funky.
I noticed that like the more international we're around, we all we get those, like some guys will use instead of bro or bud or
Mate.
pal, whatever, mate. Yeah. And it's like, and you hear an English or an American accent, I should say, saying mate, and it's like, to me, it's like, that doesn't fit.
Yeah, that's it.
But then, I think the Kiwi, where they say stuff like, oh, sweet ass, and you're like, as what? As good, as bad, as what? Like you're hung on it, and
And no worries.
at first I disliked it a lot, and then I start saying it. Yeah, no worries. Like the islanders.
And if a friend from the U.S. has traveled, they suddenly start signing all their emails. Cheers.
Right? Yes, and you're like,
Okay, you're international.
Oh, look at you international superstar.
I met a rough once who was from New Zealand.
Does that count? I slept with a girl from New Zealand once. I don't know. All of a sudden, I'm down under.
That's it.
Oh,
What we do,
funny.
we love them from all over the world. Fiji, Kiwis,
Yeah.
England, whoever it is. I had a friend who once went to Australia and said she was going to come back with an accent. One about 6'4".
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. He was cute.
Yeah, he was. She married him.
Who's your favorite player?
Oh, it's hard to pick a favorite.
Okay, you can say more than one.
Good, because Reichert's my first of.
You like his accent.
Yep, and I like Huey Taylor. As you know, I wrote an article about him.
Yes.
And I
not that long ago, actually.
him and his wife. Oh my God, what a power team in the rugby world. So,
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Like, it's because, they both came here in their mid-20s.
Yes.
It's been so long. I mean, they've been here 7 years.
Really?
I know Riker has.
Oh, Riker. Okay, you scared me there. Huey, I think, just came last year.
Oh, no. I meant him, I remember him being
Riker's family. I don't
so
know.
young.
I hope he retires and finds a way to make a living off all of us rugby fans.
There's no reason he can't continue to be a forwards coach and such.
There's that. And I think he had to do, marketing. Just buy a bunch of I don't like, Houston t-shirts, and we'll all buy them.
Right? Kind of like Bosworth back
Yes,
in the day.
exactly.
Oh,
Just-
I love it.
just work
like
the
the
angle,
Bronco
man.
Busters. Remember that?
Yeah.
The guy made a fortune on T-shirts that
Because you
day
could,
by hating his own team.
beer cups to say Houston who,
Right?
we'll be all over it.
That's awesome. Well, anything you want to share, everybody? What about your history in rugby?
Oh, it's short but sweet.
Well,
I played for the
easy then.
Emerald City Mud Hens, total rookie. I joined them because I didn't feel like they were brand new. And I knew that the Breakers were the team for women in the town. I thought, well, I better figure out how to play first.
Right.
And then we had a good year. We accidentally went past the Breakers in my rookie year, and we got 8th in the nation. And subsequently, the Emerald City Mud Hens got 2nd in the nation. I managed to incur MCL and decided maybe it's not my total career, but I'll always love rugby.
Right. It's got a place for you, or you got a place for it.
Yeah, they're always welcoming. You know that when we put this whole thing together, it was like a ginormous family coming back together. Everybody bought up the tickets. We're all in sync. We think the same. And
we all like to hang out. I mean, even after the game, we all find ourselves we don't want to leave. We're around our people.
That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
I feel, anybody can come to the rugby game. They're always going to be welcome. But there is some real undercurrent of our traditions, the way we feel about the world, the way we feel about sportsmanship, and the way we feel about just, our beloved game of rugby.
And how fun is it? Other players come from other teams that have already played here, and then it's like a family reunion all over again that night with that guy
people don't
lady.
know that. We have these things. They call them drink ups, so it sounds like it's just a big party. Which
Right.
It kinda
I like
is.
calling it third half.
Third half. That's a better name for it.
Yeah.
What it is literally the tradition of we hit the reset button. We're all the same. We care about each other. Great game. It's almost like lawyers after a lawsuit,
Sincerely.
right? They go golfing together.
Yeah.
We just get together and say, you're all right. You're all right.
It's like a debriefing.
Don't you think I'd love to bring that back in politics. Anytime that I engage in the future, and I always have talked to people that I've, been in a race against,
Yes.
as well as I could afterwards, unless they weren't willing.
It's debate club on steroids.
They ought to bake in a party for the person who didn't win,
Yes.
right? Just say,
Yes,
hey,
'cause-
you're okay because you actually stepped up.
Yes. I mean, honestly, because kickers if they miss a couple too many times, they literally put them on suicide watch.
Yeah.
Because they're so beat up about it, and they're superstitious by nature. I can only imagine when you're putting your neck out there for political stuff on how it would be just humiliating feeling, even though stepped up and you stood for your beliefs and what you wanted to represent.
It's actually, at least for me, it's not about self. It's about disappointing the people that had faith in you and did vote for you.
Yeah, I didn't even think about how you got these
overwhelming.
investors that are you told them, I'll give you the sun and the stars, and you're like,
And you
shit.
meant it with your heart, right?
Yeah.
And you were going to do it, and it didn't happen. And that's what I and I assume others thought about was, oh my God, I came so close. And it's like that. Don't worry about that.
You guys can sit right there. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think it would change.
Did you tell him, Lahaina? Okay.
I think it would change
Sorry.
America as after the presidential election that the one who won had to have a party for the one who didn't.
Absolutely.
It'd be the rugby way.
And celebrate them.
It'd be the rugby way,
It would. Humbleness is really kind.
which is rugby.
Amen says. Amen. No.
Okay?
Sorry for the distraction.
That's okay.
But no, thanks for letting me interview you, and thanks for stepping up.
You're the best.
Appreciate it.
You did pull me in.
No, I did.
Edit-
But
edit
you're
mercifully.
not hard because you're just kind of sitting over there watching anyway. So I spy with my. Come on, Kate, let's do this.
All right.
Let's go.
Well, edit mercifully.
Yeah, Team Union Hertz Go. I got it all linked up. Okay. We're here with TR, Tony Ridnell, the
Legend.
man, the myth, the legend. Eagle in his past life. And he is our home announcer.
And he does brilliantly. So
You're going to have to share the mic with
yeah,
him.
yeah,
don't worry.
yeah. Go ahead.
And you know what? With Tony, you're going to lose that mic. So you
No,
might
yeah,
hand it over.
Well, just open up with us, man, and just talk about your rugby story. Let's go with that.
Rugby story started when I was 10 years old. We moved to Australia. I played as a kid. Had the opportunity to play the Australian sports versus kind of softball and soccer. So I played rugby and cricket and played for 3 years as a kid, 10, 11, and 12. And then got an opportunity to play when I went to West Point. And one thing led to another. I played in 3 World Cups, and it was just fantastic. And
Isn't that cool?
yeah, it was fantastic. Just traveled all over the world, 30 international tours, and it was just wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
Just the culture in itself. Playing rugby, we're guys, but the culture that you've learned over just traveling.
Yeah, no, and you learn that rugby culture. It's fantastic. You learn, and just the ability just to meet people all over the world, fantastic. And we also had, here the club doesn't exist anymore. It's sort of morphed with Seattle Rugby into Seattle Rugby. Old Puget Sound Beach. We won 4 national championships back in the day, playing sevens, and that was probably the tightest experience of a team that I was ever on, where guys just worked for each other, and that was just fantastic. Yeah, so it's just been rugby, it's kind of something makes everyone. Probably rugby was probably what made me.
So you've seen a lot then, playing in 3 World Cups and playing on the club side and everything. What's it been like? I mean, seeing the growth, seeing Major League Rugby take form in 2018. But even just before that, there's still that growth spurt that happened. So yeah. Speak on it.
Well, the first day the Seawolves played, I remember just the week leading up to it, and no one really knew how many tickets were sold, and there was problems with the field here. So 2 to 3 weeks before the game, they didn't know that we were going to even be here at Starfire. And I came here about 2 or 3 hours early before the first game, San Diego, and started asking people just like, have you heard about rugby? How'd you hear about rugby? And it was interesting, I'd say 90% of the people had never heard of rugby before. They were here because we had lost the Sonics, and it's another professional team, and they didn't want to lose another professional team, so they wanted to support a professional team. People that were sick of the NFL and the criminal mentality of the players and the money and all that. They just wanted a more pure sport, and that was the fan base of the Seawolves. And that first day against San Diego, it just like combusted here, right? I mean, it just, we pancaked that scrum, and the Seawall was born, and it's been amazing ever since. So fantastic.
All right, I got a better question. No, Mike, hold the mic. Tony gets the mic.
I know what you're about to ask.
This is what Tony and I are going over.
Here we go.
Tony and I.
This is no longer G-rated. Okay.
No. I would never disrespect him and call him names. I'd nibble on his ear first. Like saying, but we are on opposite sides of the opinion of.
We're not.
Well, okay. At one time, one would want to be silent, and I would want to be a little boisterous. Not a little, a lot. So, but since recently,
we're talking about opposing kickers at Starfire. Yell or not to yell, scream or not to scream.
It's always the Facebook.
It's been the controversy, so it's fun for us to talk about because at the end of the day, we love rugby and we like being around each other. So it's not like it's taken to heart or anything. It's just a great conversation.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
And recently, in the booth, he just encouraged everybody to just you know what? Let's just go on. Let's just all be one, unite, and just get loud and proud. And it was against the kicker.
It was against the kicker. The score was 26-24. Their kick would have won the game or tied the score, and sure enough, he missed. And we spontaneously combusted again as a crowd, which is, as the announcer, I just absolutely love. So my feelings about loudness with the kicker is, if only a few people do it, it's kind of loses the purpose. There's no atmosphere. Like one of the things I love about Starfire is the atmosphere here. And over the past few years, I think we've lost it just a little bit. But last Friday was amazing, and I think it's coming back. I think the fire's coming back at Starfire. I was really excited.
It is. A couple of the players had mentioned how full it was
Yeah,
that night and how
yeah.
loud it was.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then Rucky, a.k.a. Nick.
Right, Rucky's
he was
done a
telling
great
us
job.
Earlier, he was over on the other side of the pitch, so right behind us. And normally the majority of people are right here where we're sitting now, right? So like to try and give people an idea off the podcast, right? So normally we're really loud over here and 200 isn't, and so it's kind of shy. He was over there and he said this place erupted. The minute Tony said, guys, just get loud,
Let's all
just
get loud.
get into it, and everybody unleashed
So,
on this
so that's what
pickup.
I'm kind of into. I mean, if you watch the Premiership games this week, Northampton and Bath, absolute silence in the opposing kickers at Northampton and Bath. But those are legendary clubs with legendary tradition,
Right,
and we don't
right,
necessarily have that tradition here. For me, if 10 or 20 people are kind of yelling and howling at the kicker, it just sounds kind of bush to me. So for me, I'm just kind of like, let's all be quiet or all get after it, and I'm okay with that. As Matt and I discussed earlier today at this is a great event they're having here at the Seawalls. As we discussed, maybe we have an on-off switch. Be quiet here, and then when we're ready to be raucous, let's really get after it as an entire
And
crowd.
I totally
That'd
could
be fun.
that's compromise. I
That'd
love
be
that
fun.
idea.
That'd be fun.
I'm all in.
How we get everyone into that is another question. But,
Right, we're definitely going to have to bring up a controversial topic on social media and just watch the keyboard gangsters do what they do.
And who knew that there was compromise in this debate? And,
Oh, right.
and I love it. I love that
Absolutely.
there is a compromise in everything. And that's
That's right.
You can't lose a
You know-
friendship over
Oh, gosh.
That's
it's just
right.
a game. We're all trying to have fun.
That's rugby. That's rugby.
Hey,
That's
that's
the
a
values
reality.
bring us together. That's right.
Thanks
Appreciate
for
that.
spending time with us, sir.
Thanks
Yes.
for having me. This was great.
We'll be doing more soon. All right. It's JP Smith is in the house. And he was nervous about this earlier because he's like, dude, I say everything wrong. I'm totally going to call you out. Well, and then I tried to get your wife over here, and she did the same thing.
I have some flare-ups sometimes, so sometimes I say the wrong stuff.
It's like, well, this would be the wrong thing. Like, oh, does that mean your AIDS are flaring out? No. I'll say something like hurt somebody's feelings. I don't know who you are out there, but you're welcome. So, we're in Seattle at the Seawolves season ticket holder event. This is the first one we witnessed. You've been here since 19.
It's the first one that I've been involved in too.
It's the only one I've ever known of.
Yeah.
Which I think it was a good turnout. I think it was successful.
I think it was good. Yeah, it's good to spend time with people that we see every weekend. We see everyone, but we don't really see them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's good to actually just have a bit of time to chat and talk to the people that we see every weekend and the people that come and support us, obviously. So,
We get to mingle.
Yeah, we get to spend a lot of time with you guys, obviously. We see you more often, but for some people, we don't really see them
Right.
in a way that we can communicate and actually have a conversation with them. So that is nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Because a
And
lot of
I-
these people, you're never gonna cross paths with them. I
Yeah.
mean, just the reality.
Exactly. And it would have been a lot better if we could have shared a couple of beers with them, but unfortunately, we got to prepare for a game this weekend. Yeah.
Which
I feel
AKA
like-
probably means we're
I
gonna
feel
go
like-
get drunk after this.
I feel like we should have a couple of beers over here.
I know, we really should.
I agree. We will have to do that then.
Like looking over our shoulder. Oh shit, is Clarky
Yeah.
watching?
Where's Clarky?
He's right here.
Oh, Clarky's got a margarita. He's joining us. Yeah. Yeah. That's what would really happen. Oh no. So what else do you want to talk about? Like, I don't want to keep it light with you because I don't want to just break your balls. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about how many caps you got because this guy's beginning of next season, before halfway through, I believe this man's going to hit 100 caps.
I didn't know that actually.
Your wife
is that
told
right?
me. Yeah, you got what, 89 at this moment?
Oh, I didn't know that.
You should look into that. And most players know
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
but it's nice that we got one guy that doesn't.
Well, I knew that I was up there.
Because I know.
I kind of knew that I was up there, but I didn't realize that it was that many.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's
Because you've been here since 19. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
lot of healthy games.
19, and fortunately, I was able to play more or less every game. I never kind of rested or never, which is what I prefer.
Oh God, yeah.
A lot of people say, oh, I need a rest and I need to manage my body and all that. But then it comes to Friday and you're like, oh no, I want to play. Like, everyone wants to play, right? So,
The competitor.
fortunately enough, I was able to play a lot of the games. So, and it's been 6 years, eh? You can't imagine that 6 years ago that I moved to America, started playing rugby over here, and it's probably the best decision that I've made to come and play here.
First decision?
First decision?
First decision? Is Katie around? Is Katie around? First decision? Best decision?
One of the best decisions.
I got you, girl. I got you.
That's a good spokesman right there.
Right?
See, that's why I don't.
That's a wingman.
That's
right
why
here.
I don't want to come on
No,
this
no,
podcast.
I got you, bro. See, wingman over here. Yeah, no. Let's talk about the queen. So actually, the queen did bring up your caps, and so you might want to ask your boss where you're at,
I will,
because I bet you she knows.
Yeah.
Sincerely.
Well, I kind of knew that I was up there, but I didn't really know more or less where.
Right.
But yeah, it's
I
certainly.
mean, it's funny because
it's a
if you
privilege.
could tell me how many games you
Yeah.
weren't in, then I could probably tell you how many games, because I had to go through it myself, because I hit 75 this last week.
Well, I was probably involved in.
But yeah, you went to all.
Yeah.
I mean, so many games.
I think there was 3 games that I didn't play because I had a real bad concussion a couple of years ago against Utah.
Yes.
So that set me 2 weeks, and then there was 1 week last year against San Diego where I didn't play.
Okay.
So
Not many.
Every other game.
That's consistency. Like, I wonder, like, across the league. I mean, that's 3 games out of almost 100. That's. I mean, look at that percentage right there.
Yeah. Well, I also think it's also at the same club.
Oh, that's a good point too, because a lot of people are, moving around and having to hustle.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I obviously, touch wood again, but if I can reach 100 caps at the same club, that'll be great. I have a feeling it's going to be attainable. It's weird. For a rugby player, that's a very big achievement.
Huge.
So, and it's nice that I've been able to do it at the Seawall.
It's been fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's been fun to watch. These have been some clutch years.
There's been some good times. There's been some not so good times. But
yeah.
Best is yet to come.
Yeah.
Best is yet to come. That's
just sport, though.
100%,
That's life, right?
100%, yeah.
You got some questions?
Yeah. I'm gonna go super hardball here. Just kidding. Favorite post game, Matt. Favorite post game meal.
Favorite post game meal. Ooh, that's a tough one.
That is tough. See, told you, come and swing.
Well, so this is the dilemma that I have, and I can't really.
You might have more than one.
I can't really eat straight after the game. So after the game we have a function, and then there's food obviously, but I can't really eat straight after the game. So then I kind of leave that. I'll have a couple of beers where we go up to the function room or whatever, have a couple of beers. But then the problem is that it's always so late that you can never get takeout. So Wendy's.
Wait a minute. What did you just call it?
Takeout.
Takeout.
Oh,
not
we
take
converted them.
Not take away.
Takeaway.
Take away.
everywhere else,
Take
bro.
away.
It's
Yeah.
called
Yeah.
takeaway.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, I've been here-
Anywhere else in the world is
I've
takeaway.
been here for 6 years. I've been here for 6 years, so I'm American now.
That's the bellwether of it, right?
Yeah.
You call it takeaway or takeout. Anyway.
Well, yeah. So, and the only thing that you can get that late at night, when I say late at night, I mean like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock when we get home after the game, is Wendy's. But I had a little bit of a run-in with Wendy's a couple of weekends ago, where they were pretty rude to me, and I just said I'll never go back there again. So ever since then, I don't have any post game meal that I eat. I only eat the next morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
You're
What-
going to have to go over to King Street at 13 Coins because it's open 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's the one over there.
That's right. What did you get when you were going to Wendy's though?
Oh,
What'd you get?
the Baconator. Is it the
Baconator,
Baconator?
okay.
It's the Baconator. Yeah.
We are.
Baconator, and then you got to get a chicken sandwich with that.
Oh,
So, yeah.
brilliant. Awesome. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so how about the best situation after a game?
The
Like
best
the third
situation.
half. How the third half, everybody meet and greets. Like, do you have a better time than others or a worse time than others?
Well, it depends how the game went.
True.
If we won, then obviously, then I'm happy, and then it's easier to have a couple of beers after you win. But if we lose, I can be a pretty miserable person if we lose. Like I know it's cliche to say that you know you hate losing. Everyone hates losing. But I can be miserable when we lose. So, but yeah,
funny.
after the game, probably a couple of beers with everyone, a couple of beers with the people that you know, the community, the people that are around us every weekend. Those are the people that you know, for us, for me, and I'm sure a lot of players can relate. But we don't have a lot of family and friends and
Right.
you know all of that. So, like I said earlier down there, is that you know there's a community in Seattle, and I've never been part of such a special community that we have over here, where everyone just takes care of you, everyone wants to help you, everyone's there to look after you, and you can also, you know, I can sit and have normal conversations with people like we're doing right now,
Yeah.
and that's probably one of the best things about it, is that you know everywhere you go, you can find someone in a rugby community, and you'll be able to just click like that because of that relationship and the interest that people have in rugby. And there's always that, you know, we speak about it always, that community that you have and the culture that you have around rugby is just way different to any other sport, right? So that's probably one of the best things that I enjoy the most after the game. Spending
love it.
time.
It is like that. It's like almost like a brotherhood or like
Yeah.
family. That
Yeah, certainly.
it's like that connection that you get just directly. Even like we were talking about earlier with a few of the fans, is that you see someone wearing Seawolves gear
Yeah.
outside, outside of here, is that you have that connection right
Yeah,
away.
you can immediately, and it's so easy. You know, even as a player, you go to a different club. It's so easy to adapt to that community because you all have pretty much the same interest. You know, you all share the same values, the morals, and that's what it's all about. You know, that's the people that you want to be with. That's the people that you want to invite over for a beer, right?
Oh, right.
That you
Yeah,
trust.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, appreciate you joining us, man.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, we've got to do more of this.
Yeah, I quite enjoy that.
Good.
Should do
Well, like, subscribe, share. Please and thank you.